All right, welcome everybody. If you are new with us, my name is Brittany Hayes. I'm your Ambassador Diamond Upline. And I am super excited for you guys to hear from our special guest tonight, Lauren Hickox. She is a rock star on this team. She is absolutely phenomenal. Lauren has been in the business, you guys, for just like 8 weeks. And in 8 weeks, she's enrolled, well, the number I heard earlier was 113 customers, but you know, she's such a rock star. It's probably gone up since then. Plus she's enrolled a ton of distributors too, going diamond this month. You guys go ahead and cheer her on in the comments. She's so close. But she absolutely has just shown that as a new person coming in, guns blazing, you can get off to an extremely strong start and make things happen. And so I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her tonight. I know sometimes you can hear really inspiring stories from someone that's been in the business a while. Maybe they're just, you know, really gifted at signing LCs or distributors, or maybe they've got really good follow-up tips or whatever. And it can be really easy to hear them talk about what they've learned, and you might just think like, oh, well, I'll be like that when I've been in for a year or two or whatever, but it's going to take me time to get there. And you know, the truth is anyone can do this business. You can take tips from anyone, no matter what time frame they've been in the business, and implement them, and you can get off to a strong start too. But what I love so much about what you guys are going to hear from Lauren tonight is she has not been in the business that long. She's been in 8 weeks. And so she is living proof that if you come in with your faith strong and grow yourself daily and do the things that you're learning, you can be successful too. So on that note, Lauren, if you're able to unmute yourself, I would love for you to just introduce yourself and just tell everyone a little bit about your story, what brought you into It Works, how you found It Works, etc.
Hey guys, can y'all see me okay? The lighting in this room is terrible.
Yeah, we can see you.
It looks a little dark in here. But my name is Lauren Hickox. I am a registered nurse by trade. So I've been a labor and delivery, postpartum, and nursery nurse for 10 years. And I love what I do. I've always loved it, but it is really, really hard on your body and on your family. The days that I work, I leave before my kids wake up and I come home after they've gone to bed. So I completely miss them, and I have been missing them for 3 days out of every week until last September. And last September, when it came time for me to renew my contract, my husband, Cody, he is physical therapy assistant, and he works Monday through Friday. I had been doing weekend contract, and he told me, he was like, babe, you know, I don't know what we're going to do money-wise necessarily, but I don't want you to re-sign the weekend contract, because he wanted time as a family. And so I stepped away from my full-time position, stepped into PRN, and beginning of this year, about the same time that all this COVID stuff started happening and everything started going crazy at the hospital, my shifts started decreasing because my nurse manager had hired a bunch of nurses. So I didn't really know what it was going to look like for me for the next couple of months. So I just started praying about it. And I would say probably January, I started just, you know, even before the COVID stuff, I started praying about what this year was going to look like financially for us as a family, and just started praying that the Lord would start opening some doors for us. And my sweet friend Chelsea Crawford, she's also an amazing rock star in this team. She, her and I know each other from missions way back, like 2007, 2008, way back. And we knew each other before, and then we were just friends on Instagram, and she started posting about this coffee and how she started feeling better. And I had been struggling. I know, like, my testimony, my personal health testimony is that I had to have a hysterectomy last year at the age of 31. I had severe endometriosis. So I have 2 miracle babies. I have a girl and a boy that are 5 and almost 4. But I did not know that I had endometriosis, but I had been hurting for a long time. So after the surgery last year, obviously it took a toll physically, my body, everything just started feeling so weird and not like myself, especially energy wise. So when Chelsea started sharing about this coffee and how much better she was feeling and how energetic, I was like, well, okay, I kind of want to try it. So I talked to my husband and I was like, well, you know, I just want to try the products. And so I ordered the triple threat. And I had also seen her post about the hair, skin, and nails and collagen. So like I jumped way in, did the triple threat, the collagen, the hair, skin, and nails, and the cleanse. So guys, don't be afraid to share about all the things with your customers, because I definitely did. And I think it was the pick 2, pick 3 promo, I think, that was going on at the time. But anyways, so got my products. 3 days in, I was feeling so much better. I was at work. I had nurse friends going, "What are you doing?" I told them. They were like, "How do I sign up? How do I get it?" And it was just a complete God thing, because I was like, wait a minute, these people want this stuff too. And so I went back home and I told my husband, I'm like, "Baby, I can either send these girls to Chelsea, or I can sign up and they can start buying from me." And my husband was like, "Go for it. You know, there's nothing to lose." So I signed up, and literally within like 5 days had like 15 customers. And the rest is history. Like, if you would have told me 2 months ago that I would be sitting here on this call, I probably would have told you that you were absolutely crazy. But God has just been so good, and he has blown my mind in the last 2 months. And now I'm a part of this amazing family, and I'm so thankful, and I'm encouraged, and I actually have energy for the first time in forever. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love that so much, Lauren. And I just love that your husband was so supportive from day one and was like, "Yeah, what do you have to lose?" Like, I think in reality, like, we all have to have that mindset, and we've got to like help our potentials have that mindset if they don't already, because that is key. When you jump in, like,
Yes,
if I have to lose, then that's
exactly.
when you give it a fair shot. So, all right. Oh, I know everyone is dying to hear how you're signing so many customers. And I know you said that your personal testimony was huge, and you had people that literally noticed the difference, which, if you guys didn't catch that, that is a big plug for why it's so important to be a product of the product. She was a product of the product before she ever even became a distributor. And I know that she's probably going to tell you here in a second, that was a huge leg up that she had. So I know that's probably part of it, but I'm sure there's other things that you're doing too. So if you just kind of want to jump in and just give everyone your best tips for signing loyal customers. And then also, if you kind of want to walk us through like what you did as a newbie. I know we have several newbies on. So anything that you think will be beneficial for them to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will say this, guys. I have been in direct sales before. Whenever my daughter, so actually when I was pregnant with my daughter, so before I had kids, my friend Sabrina, she was actually our worship pastor's wife. She started Radiant and Fields. And she was like, you know, moving on up the company, sign up, Lauren, you can stay home with your babies, you know, the whole 9 yards. So I was like, that sounds amazing. You know, here I am, a nurse. And I'm like, I don't want to leave my newborn baby when she's born for 12-hour shifts. So I stepped into it, and y'all, I hated it. It was awful. My personality is, I am a people person, and I want to have like relationships with people, and I want to know like what they need, and I want to help them. And as a nurse by trade, like, I have a very nurturing personality. Even when I was a little girl, I was like, I want to help people, you know. But with RNF, and I'm not bad talking the company at all, it was just a completely different setup, and the upline was completely different. And upline is everything, guys. Like, you have no idea how flippin' blessed we are to be on this team. I'm telling you, we could be in the same company under a different upline and have a totally different story. So our upline is amazing. And like, this is the best family I've ever experienced in direct sales, period. So, but anyways, they were very pushy. I found out very quickly what I did not want to be. They were mass cold calling, mass cold messaging, you know, reach out to 200 people a day, tell them why they need these products, all these things. And that is not me. And that makes me seriously cringeworthy. Like, that was just the opposite of me. So I had my upline telling me to be active. And if I'm not messaging, you know, so many people a day, then I'm failing at this business. But they were sweet, but they were just super on top of it. And it made me feel like I couldn't breathe. So guys, I stepped away from it whenever my baby was like 1, because I'm like, I don't have room for this stress in my life. Okay. And I had been working the business for like 2 years at that point, and I had maybe 5 customers and 2 distributors, and it was just really cringy. Okay. So fast forward to now, when Chelsea started talking about this, guys, nobody knows what It Works has to offer. Like, nobody. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to. They're like, is that the wrap company? And you're like, yes, but let me tell you what this company really is. Like, we are a Christian company. Guys, that's huge. You say that. People are like, what? That's not a thing now. Like, people are so scared to say that. And we actually get to say that. Like, we are part of a Christian company, not just a Christian company, a Christian family of people who truly care about how people feel. We have over 50 health and wellness products that range from beauty and skincare all the way to nutrition and weight management. All of our products are all natural. Guys, I'm a nurse and a nutrition response therapist. There is zero way that I would recommend these products if I felt like they were going to hurt somebody. Like, there is no way. It would hurt my reputation as a nurse. It would hurt my reputation as a nutrition response. I mean, I could not feel good about that. And I'm super weird about stuff like that. And, you know, like with RNF, people will be like, is it actually good for you? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't pronounce half the ingredients in it, you know? But now I can, and I can say, yes, absolutely. It's all whole food. It's actually good for you. It's grown on farms. It's not cooked up in a laboratory. And, you know, these products are making a huge difference, and they're not just making you look pretty on the outside. They're actually healing you from the inside out. And so that's kind of when I stepped into this, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And 10% goes to Sale of Freedom to help fight human trafficking. Guys, it's in the bag. Like, seriously, you tell somebody that these products are all natural. You show them some before and afters. You tell them that it's actually going to make them feel better. You sprinkle a little, this is all stuff grown on natural farms, and 10% goes to help fight human trafficking. And they're like, where do I sign up? And like, I mean, I just shared my heart. Voice messaging, guys. Voice messaging, voice messaging, voice messaging. Don't be a parrot. Don't send just mass copied and pasted messages. Let them hear your heart. Let them hear your testimony. Let them see how much you love it. They're going to go for it. If they hear that you care about them, that you're not looking at them as a, you know, as a sales, like just sales for you, like as a way to make a paycheck, then they're going to say, oh my gosh, this girl loves me. She cares about me. Guys, how rare is that these days? Like, how many people do you talk to that actually care about you, and how much, you know, or how good you feel? Like, nobody cares, but we do, and we want, and you need to let people hear that. So whenever I'm talking to someone, guys, I can't tell you how many people I've had divine interventions with, like just divine appointments over the last 2 months. I mean, women that I have never met a day in my life. We end up voice messaging, or they're like, can you just call me? And I'm like, absolutely, let's get on the phone. I talk to them. They end up telling me what's going on in their life. You know, like we talk about it. I'm like, I will be praying for you. Like, let's get you on these products. They're going to make you feel good. You know, like if you have any questions, I'm here. And one of the things that I do, because one of the really cringeworthy things about direct sales a lot of times is the auto ship. Just be honest. Auto ship is like a curse word in the direct sale world, right? So if you just say an auto ship, they're going to say no, because they're going to feel like they're going to be stuck in it. They don't know if they even like the product yet because they've never tried it. And then they're, you know, thinking that they're going to be locked into something for forever and ever, amen, and have to spend $100 a month. So I always, before I close the sale, say, I just want to go over this with you one more time, because I want to make sure that you're not surprised by anything. I want you to know that I'm in your corner 1,000%. When you buy whatever you want today at my discount, the only thing that you are agreeing to get this discount is that you're going to try at least one product for me next month and one product the following month. That is it. You are not agreeing to buy $100 worth of stuff a month. You're not agreeing to even buying the same thing. If you love it and you want to keep it the same, then I am in your corner. We will root for you. Like, we will do this together. If you're like, hey girl, I saw your post about this, I want to try that, then I will be here for you. I will reach out to you before your next order processes, and I will help you change that order. I have personally over 113 LCs, and the majority of them I enrolled in my first month. So this month, I reached out to every single one of them before it was time for their order to process, just to make sure that they were not blindsided to make sure that they were happy, to make sure that I couldn't help them change something. And I changed it for them if they were confused, because I do not want people unhappy. And that's just huge to me. So I feel like it's just as important for retention as it is for getting them, because it doesn't matter if you sign 100 loyal customers this month if 80 of them cancel next month. And then you're back at square one. So, and I truly care about them, and I truly care about their health goals. So I want them to feel like they have me kind of, not necessarily as a health coach, but as a friend, you know, that they can talk to about it. And I feel like that's made all the difference. And it's really been a God thing. Like, I have not cold messaged, cold called, nothing, a single person in this business at all. So whenever I post, someone responds, I message them. When I do a host to post and they comment on my friend's post, I request them as a friend first so that they're now a part of my network. And then as soon as they add me back as a friend, then I reach out to them. And then we start the conversation. And then now they're a friend of mine. And like, that's just the way it's worked. I have so many customers that I've never met a day in my life, and they're all over the place, but I love them and they feel it. I feel like, I hope.
So good. I just love so much how and you said this in the chat, I think like a week or two ago, and I replied to your comment in the chat and said the same thing, but I want to point it out to make sure everyone like highlights this, heard this part. I love so much how you bring up that 10% of the sales goes to Sale of Freedom, which supports, the fight against human trafficking. That is something that, I'll be honest, I never really thought to talk about. Like, I talk about it when I host events, and we have potentials there, but I've never talked about it one-on-one until I saw you say that in the chat. And I think that is so smart. Monique and I were actually just talking about human trafficking about an hour ago. And I think it's something that, finally people are waking up and realizing it is a problem. And so to be able to say that our company supports an organization that actively fights against human trafficking, that is so huge. Like, that's something that, like Lauren said, not only is it rare to be able to say we're a Christian company, like not a lot of companies can say that, but number two, it's rare to be able to say that your company supports such an amazing cause. And so I learned that from you when you said that in the chat a couple weeks ago, and I want everyone else to really take that away too. Like, that is an incredible way that you can brag on our company. And some people, obviously, that's going to be more near and dear to their heart than others, but I promise you, no one's going to think it's meaningless or irrelevant. Like, that's something that really impresses people, and if anything, makes them want to support your company and you even more. So I wanted to point that out. And then also, I love so much that you hit on retention. I just finished a book called The Road Less Stupid, and he said on there that one of the biggest mistakes business owners make is focusing too much on getting new potentials, new prospects, and not enough on taking care of the ones they already have. And that stood out to me when you were talking, that you were very, very passionate about making sure your customers see you as not just a light in their life and as a resource, but as someone who's, like you said, in their corner. And I just want everyone to take that away. Like, if you can get your customers to be loyal to you, like, they will be a lifelong customer of yours. Like, you're gonna be the first person they think of when they have a need. Even if there's ever a period they're not ordering, they're always gonna think of you when they want to refer someone that they can have a need, when they want something else. So really make sure that you guys write that down and kind of develop your own system, or do exactly the way that she does, just reaching out to them all at the beginning of the month, because that is huge, huge, huge. Okay, so question. I know a lot of people are wanting to know this. Did you say that most of your prospects came from, or most of your customers you signed came from host to host, or came from people that you knew? Were they people already in your network? Do you want to kind of like explain to us like where you found your customer base?
Sure. So I will say this, like, okay, so when I first started, like, just right off the bat, I would say that the majority of my first loyal customers were people from my own network. So people that, knew me and were friends, and they were like, whoa, what are you doing now? Like, they saw the before and afters, and they were like, sign me up, sister. And then I did my first host to post, and I don't really know what happened. I just did what Chelsea told me to do. So I posted the host to post. I did the TJ Maxx or Target. Holy cow, guys. That one is so good. Like, I've reused it, I think, like 3 times in the last 2 months, and it doesn't matter because people are still like, this is, I'm game. Like, I want to tell you which one of these I like better. And then the Starbucks or the Spotify one. that one is really good too. But so I started doing those, and like I said, I add people as a friend first before, I message them. So then from then on, like every post that I post on my wall with the before and afters, they see it and they're now a part of my network. So I would actually say that I think the majority of my loyal customers are actually people who I friended through a host to post that may not have bought from my initial message, but saw the other post. And then I guess they see the consistency, they see the constant before and afters. It's not just one girl on the same post over and over and over again, but they're seeing me recommend the same thing. So they're like, I really want to try that out. So don't get discouraged when people don't respond right away, but make sure that you add them as a friend before you message them. One, so that your message doesn't go to that, never land of the message request, because like most people don't even know how to find that. But make sure that you add them as a friend, because then they are now a part of your network. And guys, like like I said, I really, truly know, and I pray every morning that the Lord will bring me the people that he needs, that he wants to be a part of this, that need the products or need the business. And he has. I have girls on my team that I have never met a day in my life, and now they are some of my closest friends. Now they are women who I pray beside and stand beside. They've gone through hard things in their life just in the 2 months that we've been a part of each other's lives. And I think it means so much. You think about it, this community is huge, and our messages and our encouragements and our, sharing messages, encouraging words, songs, worship songs, and I that's one of the things that I thought about. So yes, it's so important to get new customers, obviously, and it's important to get new distributors, but the more that they see who you are as a person, not just product post, business post, product post. It's whenever you share things about your kids or your husband or your church or an encouraging word or, a message, that they see your heart. And then they're like, this girl is for real, and it's Jesus, they see Jesus in you and they're attracted to it, whether they want to be or not. And then they come after it like a moth to a flame because they want to be around that. And I have had women that message me about the business that I've never met a day in my life. I don't know them, but every single one of them have told me the same thing. I saw you, and the Lord just kind of started pushing me in that direction. I started feeling the Lord lead me, and I don't really even know why. But then now they're here, and it's a blessing. And I can't tell you how many, I've had so many customers now come to me and they're like, girl, I had a customer this last week. She won't let me show her before and afters because she's I don't know, she's self-conscious about it, but her before and after is amazing just for 1 month. Y'all, I've only been in this company for 2 months. So the most my customers can have is a 1 month before and after right now. But she looks amazing, and she's been suffering from pancreatitis before this, and she's done our cleanse. She is in love with our cleanse. Homegirl buys 2 every month now, because she's like, how often can I do this? I want to do it all the time. But her testimony is that she went and bought a 2-piece swimsuit the other day for the first time since she was a little girl. And her big thing was, Lauren, I never thought that I would be confident enough to wear something like this again. I never thought that I could feel comfortable in my skin again. I feel so good. And that literally, her saying that made my month, made my last 2 months, everything so worth it. Because when you see women start to feel better and start to have self-confidence and know that they have people behind them and they're encouraged, that is so exciting. We get to be a part of that, that's our job. That's crazy. We get to make money making people feel better. And I had another girl message me, and she said that she accidentally had to go a day without her coffee. She's on Skinny Brew. She's on Skinny Brew and the Super Greens. She said that she accidentally went a morning without it because she had a crazy schedule, and her back was hurting really bad that day. But she said she felt awful, like all day long. She was exhausted. She felt terrible. She was like, Lauren, like, I didn't even want to do life. Like, I was just like over it, and like put myself back in the bed. And she said she went to bed early, and the next morning she woke up and she's like, I meant I was going to have my coffee. So I like loaded it up, went to my mom's house to drop off my kid, made it at my mom's house. And she said, my mom was like, what is wrong with you when I dropped my kid off? And she said, literally, I was there for 30 minutes. I made my super greens, drank them, made my skinny brews, started to sip on it. And within that 30 minutes, I was a completely different person. And my mom was like, are you serious? Like, you already feel better? Like, it's that fast. And she had to call me on the way leaving her mom's house, because she was like, Lauren, I just can't thank you enough. Like, I was so focused on the weight loss that I actually didn't even realize how much better I just felt. And she's like, now, like, I'm serious. I will never go without this stuff. And I'm like, that is what this is about. Like, she can function. She can play with her 3-year-old. She feels like doing life. I've been where she was, you know, like, I felt like that. It's miserable. And now she can actually enjoy her baby.
I love that so much. It really is just such a powerful thing. Like, if you really, like what Lauren was explaining, you know, aside from just products and business, like being a light in people's life, like you underestimate how much people are craving someone to be, you know, that type of person in their life. And you may think they already have so many people like that in their life, but so often they don't. And you being that light on social media every single day and spreading positivity and being inspirational and just, you know, just radiating God's love, that really does stand out to people more than you would ever imagine. And like Lauren said, like a moth to a flame, like it really does bring people in, because they want that. They want to be around people that make them feel good about themselves and make them feel, you know, that sort of way. And I just love that initial draw to you now turns into so much more, because then once they open up to you and you're able to help them, now you're able to really like help them see those changes. So that is just so, so powerful, so huge. What are any final tips that you want to share with everyone, Lauren? Just anything at all, whether it's more for someone that's on here that's new, just anything you really want to reiterate that, you know, these last 2 days, closing the month strong, or last day and a half, I should say, anything at all in your heart that you want to share?
I would say a couple different things. So the first thing that I would say is don't get discouraged. Like, don't count yourself out, because we all have days that we feel like that. We all have days where we feel like nobody is listening, nobody is watching, nobody is responding. Like, you just feel like, and you see people like posting like new LC, new LC, new LC, new LC. And one of my girls said that earlier today. She's like, I have days where I feel like I see all these people signing people, and I just feel like I'm like not, you know, like it kind of gets me down. And I guess one of the biggest things that I would say, and this is what I said to her, is that you have no idea who's watching you. So consistency is the best thing that you can do on that day. So the day that Satan is telling you that you are no good, that you're not good enough to do this, that this is not what God called you to, that, you know, you're kidding yourself, this isn't for you, all those lies that we've all heard a billion times, get in the Word first off. So put on some jam up worship music, get in your bedroom somewhere by yourself, dance it out, scream it out, cry it out, doesn't matter. Read a scripture. Just know that God's got you, and be consistent, because the days that Satan is telling you not to, I guarantee you that's probably going to be the day that you have a major breakthrough, whether it's that day or whether it's somebody that sees something that you did that day the next day. But just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And God has a plan that might not always look like our plan. So it might not be the day that we think it should happen, but it's coming. And whenever it does happen, because it's in His timing, it will be 1,010% worth it. And like I said, consistency, even when it doesn't feel good. I think it was Tony Robbins that said it one time, but he was saying that, you know, like, we live in a culture that celebrates starting something, but they don't celebrate consistency. Like, they don't celebrate you staying with it. Like, you know, yay, you've been at the job for 10 years. Thanks for coming in, Kathy. You know, like, they always celebrate the new people, and they celebrate when you leave. Like, you have a party when you leave, but they don't really celebrate the day in and day out. And whenever you feel like that, reach out to one of us, you know, reach out to somebody who's doing what you're doing. Like, I reach out to Chelsea all the time. when I feel like that. I'm like, Chelsea, please pour into me because I have nothing left. And she does. And then when she has a day like that, she'll reach out to me and I'll do the same for her. And like, that's what it's about. You know, we're in this together. You're not alone. You have a team. If you need help, there's 1,000 people who are ready and willing to step in and help you. And that's amazing. So take advantage of it.
I love that so much, Lauren. So, so true. Consistency will always win. It will always trump any amount of short-term intensity. It doesn't do you any good to work really hard for 3 days and then not work at all the rest of the month. And I think so often, you know, and like you point out, Lauren, and just so much wisdom in surrounding what you said, like that is the world we live in. We celebrate people starting and we don't notice them once they've been doing it consistently. If anything, you hear comments like, oh, you're still doing that thing? And you're like, yeah, I'm still here. Still doing it. And so it's just so, so true. And I think if you can recognize the way the world judges things, and then you can like be okay with like, you know, that's not the standard I want for myself. Like I want to be judged the way that, you know, God looks at things. Like I want to, you know, uphold his standard, and I want to see something through and work hard for, you know, not just myself and my family, but for his glory. That's when you truly find that fulfillment, and when it gets easier to ignore, you know, all the white noise in the world. So thank you so much for that, you know, just valuable reminder, Lauren, and that, you know, huge reminder in and of itself, these last, you know, or I keep saying last 2 days, but I know this day's almost over, but this last day and a half of being consistent, it's not too late, no matter what amount you need. Lauren is living proof you can make a lot happen in a little amount of time. So I hope that this inspired you all to just end the month strong and take these tips and not just, you know, let these help you in June strong, but let them propel you forward into July and start July off with a bang and make July just an incredible month too. So thank you so much, Lauren. We are cheering you on for Diamond. You guys drop a 1 in the comments if you got value from this today, from Lauren. Let her know that you love her and appreciate her. We're all cheering you on. We can't wait to see that promotion announcement come through. I know you've got this.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.